That's all I wanted to do on that before introducing Charlotte Holmes from Citizen, who's a select member, one of our trusted select members. And Charlotte's just going to add a little bit more meat on the bones and talk about how to effectively assess your marketing budget and how to make the most of it. So Charlotte, if you'd like to share your screen, it should be there.
Thanks, Kevin. Right.
And if we could keep to about 5 minutes, Charlotte, that would be great.
Yeah. So hopefully you can all see my screen now. So thank you ever so much for this opportunity today. So I'm sure that there'll be quite a few of us who need to make sure that every single pound counts. So here's some tips to make your marketing budget work harder for you. So tip number 1 is to be clear about what your goals are. And you might not be sure what to prioritize because there's probably lots of things that you'd like your marketing to do for you. So to help you out, these are the top priorities for many B2B businesses as they head into 2021. And yours might be similar or in a different priority order, but it's good to be clear at the very start what it is that you're trying to achieve. Tip number 2 is to really know your audience. So right now, it's really important to know where your audience are online. And this might have changed this year as well, because we're all spending more time online and our behaviours adapted and changed in many ways. So we need to make sure that we're adapting our digital marketing to reflect those changing behaviours. And your audience is really the biggest determinant of effective marketing. If you're not properly targeting them, then what you're talking about is likely to fall on deaf ears, and you might as well not be marketing at all. So it might seem like common sense, but there's this common misconception about being across all social media. But really, you need to look at which channels your customers engage on and put your resource into those. So you might immediately think of LinkedIn if you're a B2B business. And there's a few ways that you can use LinkedIn to market yourself. So you can use account-based marketing to identify the accounts you'd most like to be your clients. And this is a big B2B trend for 2021. You can take a one-to-one approach and focus all of your efforts on one account at a time, or you can take a one-to-few or one-to-many approach and focus on many accounts, as many as you choose at once. One-to-one approach works best if you have an existing relationship with an existing contact or account. You can highly personalize it to encourage upselling of your product or your service. And one-to-few approaches work best for existing customers and new prospects because you likely already have some information about them. And something else that's quite new for LinkedIn is stories on mobile. So just like Instagram, you can create some professional in-the-moment content that stays live for 24 hours. And as a result of the pandemic, everyone is consuming more content on Instagram and YouTube. And even as a B2B business, that includes your customers and your audience. So that's a great opportunity to get creative and adopt these channels if you haven't already. You might even be able to collaborate with some other symbiotic businesses on there. Tip number 3 is to watch your competitors. So I'm sure you know the saying, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. Well, the same goes for your competitors. You can really learn from what they're doing and whether it's working. What kind of content do they post about? You might even want to join in on conversations with them online, and it will help you to know how to position yourself and to find your points of difference to shout about. Or perhaps you're in quite a niche industry where you don't have any competitors, which is a nice position to be in. But you can still learn from other businesses, those who are targeting the same audience as you, but maybe for a different product or service. They're parallel businesses that are really useful to learn from. Tip number 4 is to empower your team. So the pandemic, I'm sure, has taught us all that we need to work on our marketing. But perhaps you don't have anyone in your business who does marketing, or you've never had to do it before. Well, we hold some workshops with team members who've been tasked to take on some of the marketing responsibility in their business. And we found that having some simple templates and plans to execute means that they can go away and start creating ongoing content for their business. Especially video and storytelling, which is a big trend as well. If it's shared by employees, it actually receives over 8 times more engagement than content that is shared by businesses. So involve your employees, encourage them to create their own social media channels and share about life at your company. Blogs are still one of the most effective ways of generating interest in your company at the top of the funnel. So get your team to help you write those. And email marketing continues to be a good channel for return on investment, especially while people are working in different locations. But finally, just remember to monitor how the results are going and follow the data. See what works well and what doesn't, and where to put your effort in. Which messaging is getting the most engagement, and which social media platforms are working for you. And then finally, so now you've saved a little bit of money by carrying out those things yourselves, where should you spend your actual pounds? So these are the B2B trends for top areas of marketing spend that we expect to see in 2021. So it shouldn't come as any surprise that digital marketing and website development have taken the lead as the top areas of marketing spend. But branding has also climbed the ranks this year, jumping from 17% last year to 27% this year. And similarly, marketing and sales collateral has seen a significant increase from 6% last year to 21% this year. So with many companies pivoting their service and their product offerings to meet new COVID era demands, we're not surprised that branding and its activation through different collateral is emerging as some top priorities. And that's it. So hopefully you found those tips useful. Any questions, my email's on there. If you'd like me to share any of that content at all, feel free to get in touch.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Charlotte. That's really, really useful. Some really good practical tips there for all of us. So thank you for that.